Growing up in the deep south, I heard a lot about what might be out in the woods. There are many known dangers such as bears and bobcats and even poison ivy. However, I've found that it's the unknowns that scare people the most. I'm sure that many of you have wondered what might be out there, what fantastical or mythological creatures have yet to be discovered. I have also wondered this and have taken it upon myself to look for the answers. Over the years, I have researched dozens of cryptids, which are creatures that have yet to been scientifically proven to actually exist. In this speech, I will go over quite possibly the most famous cryptid in the entire world, Bigfoot. I will discuss all things Bigfoot related in three main points. First, Bigfoot's origins. Second, the sightings of Bigfoot. And then lastly, proposed explanations of these sightings. So now that we've gone over the three main points, let's discuss Bigfoot's origins. So the origins of Bigfoot are hard to track down exactly, as there have been sightings across the world. These places include North America, Asia, and Eastern Europe. In this speech, I'll go over the Native American origins and the media-led origins of Bigfoot. So the Bigfoot legend varies a lot from tribe to tribe. The first tribe we will discuss is the COMM tribe. The COMM tribe had a legend about large, hairy men that would come in the middle of the night and steal their food. However, these large, hairy men would then bring the meat of other animals, such as deer or rabbits, back to the villages in order to show respect for the COMM people. This makes Bigfoot seem like a more peaceful creature that can live with humans as opposed to attacking them. However, other tribes have very different versions of this legend. The Chehalis tribe is one of these tribes. The Chehalis tribe has legends of large, hairy men that would cannibalize and terrorize their villages for centuries. Now, the difference between these stories is much more likely to be due to regional and cultural differences as opposed to actual sightings of Bigfoot. So, despite the Native American legends of Bigfoot, the modern Bigfoot as known today can be traced back to a single story that was published in 1958 by Andrew Genzoli. Andrew Genzoli was a news reporter that worked for the Humboldt Times and wrote an article on a letter that he had received from some loggers who had claimed that there were a large set of footprints near their work site. Genzoli nicknamed the proposed creature Bigfoot, and the story gained national attention as the general public became very interested. So now whenever you ask someone what they think Bigfoot would look like, they'll generally say a ape-like creature that walks on two enormous feet. So now we've gone over the origins of Bigfoot, let's get into some of the proposed sightings of Bigfoot. So over the years, there have been hundreds, if not thousands, of sightings of Bigfoot. While many of these, or much of this evidence can be debunked as either a hoax or misidentification, there are some photographs that appear to be much more legitimate than others. Our first photograph is this one taken by Rob Patterson and Bob Gimlin in 1968. As you can see, there appears to be a Bigfoot-like creature walking in a cleared area in the northern woods of California. There has been a lot of debate on whether this picture is legitimate or not, in terms of if that's just someone in a suit or if the picture is doctored in any way. But this is quite literally the most popular picture of Bigfoot that has ever been taken. But it should be noted that both Rob Patterson and Bob Gimlin had been proven hoaxers who had fabricated Bigfoot documentation prior to this picture coming out. Our next Bigfoot sighting is the Independence Day Bigfoot. This picture was taken by unknown photographer on Independence Day in 2016. The picture is surprisingly clear, as we can clearly see some Bigfoot-like creature walking down this trail. Now, many in the cryptozoology community believe this to be a real picture. However, a lot of skeptics believe that this is just a person in a gorilla costume, and some of them even point out that they can see a seam in the side of the gorilla costume. Our final sighting is the Allegheny Bigfoot, which can be seen in this quite terrifying image right here. This picture was taken in 2007 by a local hunter named Rick Jacobs as he was hunting in Allegheny National Park. Now, as you can see, this appears to be a Bigfoot-like creature. While he's not walking on 2 feet, almost seems humanoid in some way. This picture has been proven to be legitimate, as in it's not doctored, and this definitely does not look like a person in a gorilla costume. However, skeptics believe that this is simply a case of misidentification, which in this case they believe is a black bear that is suffering from mange, which is a disease that causes loss of hair and rashes to develop on animals. As we can see here, there appears to be a patch of hair missing on the lower back of this animal and on the upper arm of this animal. So now that we've gone over the sightings of Bigfoot, let's get into some of the proposed explanations for this evidence. So while there are hundreds or even thousands of pieces of proposed evidence for Bigfoot, the Bigfoot itself has never actually been proven to exist. This is due to a lot of the evidence being debunked as one of 2 things, either misidentification or as a hoax. So misidentification in this situation means that Bigfoot is being mistaken for instead of what the animal or person actually is. So one of the animals that is most mistaken for Bigfoot are bears. Because of bears' color, their fur, the thickness of the forest, as well as other factors, it is very easy for an individual unfamiliar with bear anatomy to mistake a bear for something else like Bigfoot. And if you combine this with the fact that bears are able to stand up on their hind legs, it's very easy to see how this mistake can be made. Also, humans have been misidentified as Bigfoot. This is due to a number of homeless people that live in the wooded areas and have been mistaken for Bigfoot. Whenever you're out in the woods, you'll notice that things just feel more tense and you feel a lot more paranoid than you really should. And this gets your mind wandering and your imagination going, and your brain can essentially imagine anything, even a Bigfoot. Now, the other case scenario of these Bigfoot sightings are hoaxes, and this is a majority of Bigfoot sightings. Hoaxes are usually played out as either a prank or someone trying to fake a Bigfoot sighting in order to receive fame, money, reward, whatever it may be. So hoaxers will oftentimes use prosthetic legs in order to make fake Bigfoot tracks, or they'll use, as previously mentioned, gorilla suits that appear to look like Bigfoot whenever the image is very grainy. And these hoaxers have been around for decades, and because of them, it's very hard to really distinguish if an image is real or not, or what in the image is real or not. So now we've gone over the proposed explanations of Bigfoot evidence. Let's go over our 3 main points. First, I discussed Bigfoot's origins. Second, I discussed Bigfoot sightings. And lastly, I discussed the proposed explanation of these sightings. Even though the Bigfoot legend appears to be just that, a legend, that does not diminish Bigfoot's cultural significance. We as humans are storytellers, and we are social creatures, and Bigfoot is one of the many avenues that we have used from generation to generation in order to tell our stories. However, if you ever find yourself out in the woods alone, make sure to always watch your back, because you never know what might find you. Thank you.